Hello and welcome to this overview introduction to grade 10 science. So first, let's talk about what topics we will be looking at this year in grade 10. So the overarching theme is energy in the environment. So all of the units will have some connection to that theme. The first unit will focus on the chemistry of fossil fuels and trying to get an understanding of why these energy resources have been so important to human development. The second unit will look at how we produce electricity and some of the physics behind electric circuits. The third unit will focus on transportation, looking at forces, motion, velocity, acceleration, and all these issues that surround our transportation methods. And then the final unit has the name climate change, but actually the goal is that this unit will actually be 4 different units. By the end of grade 10, you will have already selected what DP sciences you plan on taking. Some of you will plan on taking more than one, but everyone will have selected at least one DP science. And as this is your final science unit before entering the DP, the idea is that we will create a different unit, all related to climate change, but a different unit that will focus on each scientific discipline. So there will be a biology unit that connects to climate change. There will be a chemistry unit that connects to climate change. There will be a physics unit and also an environmental systems and societies unit. And they will each connect to climate change, but they will focus on a different aspect of climate change or look at climate change through a different lens. And we hope that will be more interesting to all the grade 10 students, since you'll get to choose which of those units you want to take, but it will also really help prep you for what you're going to begin doing in grade 11. A quick note about assessment in the MYP. Some of you may be new to an MYP school, so apologies if this is old news to you, but it doesn't hurt to clarify. So in the MYP, in every subject, there are 4 criteria. In science, we have criterion A, which is largely assessed through tests. It's called knowing and understanding. Criterion B and C end up being used with lab investigations, where criterion B is when you write a planning lab report, when you plan an investigation and outline your thinking and your planned method for an investigation. And then criterion C is about the data collection, the data processing, and the conclusion and evaluation that goes along with that investigation. Criterion D can be assessed with different types of final products, whether they be essays or presentations or conversations even, but it's looking at the impact of science on the world and on different aspects of our world. So it could be looking at environmental impacts or societal impacts, cultural impacts, ethical implications of science. So those are the 4 different types of things you will be formally assessed on with summative assessments. And each one of those assessments, you get a score from 0 to 8. And at the end of a semester and at the end of a year, we will add up your scores from criteria A, B, and C, and the point total will determine what you get for an overall grade for a semester and for the year. So for example, if you get a 6 in criterion A, you get a 5 in criterion B, you get a 4 in criterion C, and then you get a 5 in criterion D. That adds up to 20 points, and 20 points is somewhere in this band, and that would get you a 5 for this semester. Okay, so it's really, in the end, what you get for an overall grade is based on MYP published grade boundaries, as they are called, but what you get on each individual assessment is up to you and your effort and your reflection on feedback that you're going to be getting. Another note that I think is really important about assessment is that the semester and year-end grades are done with a best fit approach. And what that means is that they don't have to be averages of your scores from throughout the year. So for example, if you were to do 3 criterion Bs and you started the year with a 3 on your first one, and then you earned a 4 on your next one, and then you earned a 5 on your last one, I would very likely give you a 5 for your score at the end of the year in criterion B, because that last score is the best reflection of where you are at the end of the year. So notice if you got a 3, 4, and 5, the average would be a 4, but you can earn a 5 if you're showing that steady kind of improvement and you show that you end the year with your best work. Obviously, it could potentially work both ways. If you start with a 5 and then you get a 4 and then you get a 3 and you're showing a steady decline, then I may decide that at the end of the year, the score that best represents your ability is that 3. It's unlikely that that decline would happen, but just to show it as a counterpoint. So the end of the year doesn't have to be an average. And I say that because what that means is that your early scores in this course, you should really view them just as starting points. And if you get a score on your first assessment that you are not completely satisfied with, just know that that really won't affect your year-end grade. There's no reason why it has to affect your year-end grade, because I'm going to give you a year-end grade based on what you do at the end of the year. And so what's most important in this class is that you're putting in good effort, you're paying attention to the instructions, and then you give careful review to the feedback given, because the feedback that you're given by your teacher is there for a reason. It's there to help you improve your work and to improve your scores. And so if you take the time to use that feedback, you definitely will see improvements in your scores, and that's going to help you get the best possible scores by the end of the year. So the MYP assessment model is really all about improvement and not getting too stressed about your starting grades, using that feedback to get to a stronger position by the end of the year. And then a final note about this being DP preparation year. So I said before, this is the last year before the diploma program. So in addition to focusing on key science skills, data processing skills, data presentation skills, lab report writing skills, all of those things, and actual content that will help you in your DP sciences. We're also going to try to instill more of these approaches to learning skills that are just going to help you in general in the diploma program. So things like time management and time management on longer assessments, distraction management, so learning how to put away your phone, put away messaging apps so that you can take some really focused time to get work done, encouraging communication skills and documentation of sources to make sure that you can avoid any issues that might come up related to the use of AI or plagiarism, revision strategies before exams, because exams play a huge role in the diploma program, especially in the sciences. So practicing good strategies now, and also writing clarity as it relates to science lab report writing. So that's a bit of an overview about what this course is going to be like in grade 10. I hope that it made sense. And if you have any questions, please bring them with you to our next class. Thank you.